First of all, I'm really sorry for worrying you or upsetting you with this announcement. This has been a very long time coming, but today I am here to announce that I will be graduating from Hololive on May 1st, 2025, JST. My reasons being disagreements with management and company direction.
Well, that took everyone by surprise. On April 15, 2025, Gawr Gura announced that she would be graduating from Hololive. As of yesterday, April 13, she has had her graduation ceremony and her fans saw her for the last time online. Now, if you spent any time on the internet in the past 5 years, then you know Gawr Gura. You might not watch her content, you might not know anything besides her being a cartoon shark girl, but her presence is such a huge part of modern internet culture that even people completely out of the loop are aware of her existence. Gura is a VTuber, or more specifically, a virtual YouTuber. VTubers are girls who use avatars of original anime characters to stream online. They play video games, react to videos, chat with their audiences, take part in musical performances, so on and so forth. They derive from Japanese idol culture, individual or group musical acts composed mostly of young, beautiful girls who sing, dance, entertain, and maintain the image of the perfect girls so they can bewitch their audience of lonely males into spending much money into products with their likenesses. VTubers are like that, only instead of slaving away on a stage in front of a live audience, they do it behind a digital avatar. Gawr Gura is, as of the production of this video, the biggest VTuber in the world, with 4.7 million subscribers and over 400 million views on her channel. She debuted in 2020 as part of Holomyth, the first generation of English-speakers VTubers from Hololive, a Japanese talent agency that specializes in virtual idols. Since she first appeared online, Gura became the face of VTubing for many people, so much so that her influence grew beyond the confines of the internet. She has her own Nendoroid, she was named Tokyo Tourism Ambassador along fellow Hololive Myth member Mori Calliope and Hololive Japan member Sakura Miko. She performed to hundreds of thousands of people and helped the LA Dodgers win the World Series by singing their team and imbuing the players with the energy and positivity only a cute anime girl can. Gura is Hololive's biggest star, so much so that within 24 hours of her announcing her graduation, the stocks of Gawr Corporation, the parent company of Hololive, took a noticeable hit. Oh, and for those not in the know, graduation is when a VTuber retires. It's a term borrowed from Japanese idol culture. They have graduating ceremonies, it's all super cute, super sweet, but also super sad.
Yay!
But I'm glad we got to do a lot of fun stuff together.
Yeah, I just wish that we got to do more.
We will. But how?
There have been a palpable sadness on many corners of the internet after Gura announced her graduation. Other VTubers talked about it, content creators not focused on VTubing also discussed it, and Gura's comment section on YouTube got flooded with people telling her how much they love her and will miss her. But why do people care so much? It's just another content creator who decided to leave the internet. For now, at least. There are tons of those who just went away and nobody really cared. Why does Gura and VTubers in general cause such reaction from their fan bases? Well, I have a theory, but first let me tell you where I stand regarding VTubers. I am relatively new to this game. I knew of VTubers thanks to friends who voraciously consumed their content, and once in a while I would catch meme compilations involving these animated cuties.
Nigga. What?
But I started following VTubers more seriously recently. In 2025, the year of our Lord, I say to thee. In my case, it was Mia Marina, the German ghost shark, and Zmagalana, the Russian fox. First it was Mia, because she watches creepy content videos just like me, so YouTube started recommending her channel, and Alana came organically later. Those are my go-to VTubers. It's pretty much impossible to follow all animated commentators online, so you pick a few and they become your religion. Listen, I didn't make the rules, I just follow them. Nevertheless, I became much more aware of VTuber culture recently, how much people enjoy them and how positive their communities are. Let me tell you, it might just have been luck, but all the times I watched Zmagalana or Mia live, there were no trolls on their chats. Sure, once in a while a dummy would say some dummy thing on Alana's stream, but nothing egregious as we see happen on some other content creators' chats.
Shut the f up.
So, why are people drawn to these streamers? I believe there are two key components for VTubers to be so popular. The first one is loneliness, and the second is the need for positivity. Let's start with the loneliness. Now, it's undeniable that we are going through a loneliness epidemic in society. Not male loneliness or female loneliness like talking heads online who love to feed the gender war usually talk about, but a generalized loneliness. I honestly believe that society broke after the lockdowns. In those 2 years we were stuffed inside our homes, something went very wrong with people and we never recovered. People have more difficulty making friends, dating, just going outside and dealing with their neighbors. We replace real relationships with the technological monstrosities that corpos push down our throats. Social media, dating apps, Zoom calls, everything that was sold to us as a tool for connectivity, but that in the end only separated us more. Only when you are alone at night with none of your friends online and you can't muster the energy to start a conversation with a stranger on social media that you realize how isolated you truly are. In those moments of absolute solitude, it's not difficult for people to find surrogates, in this case, content creators that make them feel a little less alone, even if for just a few hours. In some cases, people go after questionable content. But I believe that in most cases, or at least when people are going through post-nut clarity, they look for real companionship, or at least a simulation of it. I honestly believe that one of the reasons for the success of Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst is because watching it feels like being part of a group of friends, just talking about garbage movies and having fun. VTubers also fit this criteria, in my opinion. They are cute anime girls who rarely talk about serious topics like politics or world events. They just focus on being fun and having a good time with their audience. Another contributing factor to this might be the fact that they are anonymous. We don't know who they are. All we know is their voice and their avatar. Even those who speak of their private lives do so without revealing anything that might point to their real identities. Sure, some VTubers do real-life streams once in a while, but they are always careful not to show too much as to not break the magic. VTubers are white canvases in which their audience can project whatever they want, therefore creating their perfect companion. Yeah, a virtual girlfriend. Look, I know how this sounds, but I'm not talking about gooning. We are living in a hypersexual society nowadays. If a guy, or a gal, I'm not judging, wants to have a gooning session, there is more than enough material for that online. I honestly believe that if someone spends 6 hours of his Sunday locked onto a virtual girl stream, he's craving more than what he can get by simply watching Amaranth. Also, I'm not talking about creeps who start stalking VTubers online, try to figure out who they are and make them become their real-life waifus. That's unhinged and nobody should do it. I speak for the lonely individuals to whom listening to a Gawr Gura song or watching Korone Inugami playing some old game for hours on end is all they want from that person. Someone whose voice is in the background as they do something else or try to fall asleep. Someone positive and happy who will make them feel like they are not completely detached from the world. And since I talked about positivity, time to elaborate on that. It's no secret to anyone that the internet is the most putrid place one can be. No joke. The amount of negative in here is enough to turn Pollyanna into Wednesday Addams. Wednesday? Addams. Go into a video game message board and try to talk about Elden Ring. People will dump on your character's build, on how you chose to explore the world, on if you use summons to defeat bosses. They will mock you if you don't play PvP, they will mock you if you only play PvP. And other gaming communities are not much different. God forbid your favorite Fallout is not New Vegas when you enter a den of Fallout fans. It's not only games, by the way, but everything. MCU fans will rage at artsy-fartsy cinema snobs and vice versa. Studio Ghibli fans will mock Dragon Ball Z and One Piece enjoyers. Comic book fans are always arguing about dumb crap. And I won't even talk about the horrors of tabletop gaming. And if you think this only happens in nerd spaces, have you not seen how demonic political discourse has become on the internet? I don't think I need to elaborate on that. This cesspool is the perfect environment for the creation of people who thrive on bad feelings. Be they influencers who use political discourse to fuel the already existing rage of their audiences, trash streamers who make money by being disrespectful to others on an often criminal degree, or just people who make a living by creating drama and generating conflict online. It's mentally and emotionally exhausting, to say the least, and we all need a break from this hell once in a while. That's where VTubers come in. It's like ointment for our souls. When all the rage baiters, all the professional complainers, all the peddlers of negativity drained our batteries, we can count on an adorable animated girl to invite us to enjoy the day with her. No politics, no drama, no anger, just pure, innocent fun.
This is a streamer.
Allow me to go a bit anecdotal now, telling a personal story to better illustrate my point. I was very close to my mom, really. I was as much of a mama's boy as one can be. When I got old enough to go out at night with my friends, whenever I came back home, there she would be, in her bed, in the dark, watching television, just waiting for me to come back home safe. Now that I'm a little bit older, I can imagine her worry on what might happen to me while I was gone. Alone, in the middle of the night, with no one else by her side, and her thoughts consuming her every moment. The television was her only company. The actors and comedians and late show hosts all kept her entertained while she waited for me to come back, or for a phone call to tell her that I wouldn't. Now, allow me to go on a small tangent. It will all make sense in the end, I promise. Legendary comedian Robin Williams once said that the character he was most recognized for in his entire career was Mork from Mork and Mindy, a 1977 sitcom that was his first big break in acting. I'm gonna paraphrase him. He used to say that when people go to movies, they are leaving their homes to see you. But when they watch you on TV, they are allowing you to enter their homes, their privacy, their lives. Mork remained the most memorable of Robin Williams' characters to a lot of people because he probably was a companion to them during their darkest moments. The same way television kept my mom's company during those long nights while she waited for me to come back, and the same way VTubers do for so many people today. As I said before, people are more secluded now than ever. Hundreds, maybe thousands of people spend their nights completely alone, unable to lay their heads on their pillows and sleep, consumed by fear, anxiety, depression. And while rolling in bed, they decide to watch something on YouTube to try and shut off their minds. By chance, they find an anime girl full of energy, happiness, and who transmits nothing besides joy and tranquility. The lonely individual allows that innocent creature to enter their home, her presence a light into their constant darkness, someone who can, for a few hours, make the world seem a little bit less scary. That is, in my opinion, why so many people are heartbroken to know that Gawr Gura is graduating. She's been around for 5 years, and for all that time, her streams were a safe haven for those who just wanted a break from the world's ills. Watching her perform with nothing but good vibes was like seeing the sun after coming out of a very long and suffocating cave. With her graduation, the sun just became a little dimmer. I caught the absolute tail end of Gura's career, and while it saddens me that I couldn't enjoy her light more, I am happy to know she was able to bring so much joy to so many people just by being their little shark. And for the girl behind the avatar, whatever she decides to do now that she graduated, I hope she's happy, healthy, and that life repays the love she gave to all her fans tenfold. So that's it. That's my perception of VTubers. What do you think? Do you enjoy VTubers? How are you feeling about Gura's graduation? Who are your favorites? Let me know in the comments. I read all of them, always. So, if you're still here, thank you for watching to the end. It means a lot to me. I love you guys, and I'll see you very soon.
I've got a Gulf Stream current to catch. Time to Otsusame one last time. Ready? Otsusame! The biggest. Take care. And be kind to yourselves. Okay? Okay. Good night. And goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye.